So, what is the right age to be even considering a relationship? And perhaps before we even get there, let's think about the relationship or the lives of Isaac and Rebekah before this encounter. We don't see in the Bible, we don't see any evidence of Isaac and Rebekah having other relationships. We don't see them having a boyfriend or girlfriend when they were younger. We don't see multiple people that they had dated and then eventually settled on each other. We just don't see that. And in general, in the Bible, we don't see that. We always see that when people get into a relationship, the intention is always for marriage, and the courtship is generally short. People don't get into a relationship for years and years on end, and then eventually decide to get married. No, they start off the relationship with the intention for marriage. They don't spend a lot of time. They don't spend years on end trying to figure out or just sort of fooling around or playing around or having a good time. We don't see that happening. We see them having a clear intention for marriage and then a short courtship and then eventually going into marriage. And so when we even think about what is God's way and what is God's purpose for relationships and marriage, we need to think about this from the outset. We need to think that any relationship that I get into with the opposite sex, if it's not with the intention for determining the suitability of the other person for marriage, if that's not my intention at the outset, then already I'm on the wrong track. I'm already not doing things the way God would have me do it. Whenever we get into a relationship, we need to get into the relationship with the understanding that the purpose of this relationship is to determine our compatibility and our suitability for marriage. So, if you get into a relationship and you're not considering marriage at the outset, then you are in violation of God's principles. And you might say, well, I'm in this relationship, but I'm not ready for marriage, so I'm not considering marriage. Well, if you're not ready for marriage, then you shouldn't be in a relationship in the first place. So if you're not ready for marriage, you need to get ready for marriage and then get into a relationship, not the other way around. You don't first get into a relationship and then get ready for marriage. You get ready for marriage and then you get into a relationship to determine whether or not the person that you're with is going to be a suitable marriage partner.